Go ahead, Brian Jeffries.
There we go, baby!
Yeah, Brian Jeffries
Lights up!
Breaker.
Lights up!
If he can make his way to get a cover on this young man, it could be over. Brian
Get on him, sir, Brian Jeffries. Here it goes.
He's got the hand draped over the chest.
What in the world? Are you kidding me?
Alex Monroe summoning the strength somewhere. Get that shoulder up out of that. He wants out of this contract really bad.
How are these men still conscious, Corky?
And here we go now. Brian Jeffries going for that briefcase.
The golden ticket,
this is just
baby.
like what happened. That golden ticket briefcase, he's going for it. And Alex Monroe ducks it and hits a chin breaker on Alex Monroe. Hooks the leg. 2, 3.
No!
Yes, he did it.
Oh my God!
Alex Monroe has been released.
Oh my God!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to SOM Live. Time to get some. I'm Corky McCorkle, alongside my broadcast colleague, Chad the Loaded Gun Bartlett.
Where's it at, people?
Well, happy New Year's, folks. And Chad, what are you looking forward to as SOM Live goes into 2019?
Settling scores, Corky. Settling scores.
Well, and settling scores, and there's a lot to be settled still.
Got that right.
But we're going to, tonight, a special edition of SOM Live as we take a look back at what happened at Christmas Star Wars 2, the Bunkhouse Stampede. Now, you already saw at the beginning of the show what happened with the Extraordinary Gentlemen's Club when Alex Monroe defeated Sir Brian Jeffries to get out of his EGC contract. Now, I'm going to have a word a little later on tonight with Alex.
He's made a mistake, Corky. He's made a mistake, and he just don't realize it yet.
Well, going to be getting a little interview with Alex Monroe a little later in the show. But first, I want to show you what happened in our tag team title match at Christmas Star Wars. Ladies and gentlemen, Alexander Monroe. You notice I didn't say Sir Alexander Monroe because you're finally released. Finally been released from your EGC contract. What is next for Alex Monroe?
You know, Corky, that's a good question. There's so many possibilities in the School of Morton. Who knows what's next for me? But it feels great to be out of those clothes and out of that contract. And also, it didn't feel good pinning him just once, but it felt good the second time in the Bunkhouse Stampede, Corky. I've never felt happier in my life. But as for what is next, who knows? We'll see, Corky.
Well, congratulations, Alex Monroe, and he'll be there at Winter Warfare, January 6th, right here at the School of Morton.
Try and get in that cage. It's no hope, baby. It's all over. What is Bobby Branham doing?
Branham's out
Get
here.
him out of here.
Bobby Branham
What
out
is
here
he
with
doing?
some bolt cutters. As the Sultan and the Onslaught continue to work away on Ricky Dooley.
What is he doing with that bolt cutter? Oh my God, he's got the cage open.
RT3 is in. RT3 is in. And this crowd is going bananas.
They gotta stop him. Oh my.
He just clotheslined 2 330-pounders at the same time. RT3 did. And now, splash in the corner for Onslaught. Splash for the Sultan. RT3 whips the Sultan into that other corner. And now, flying knee from Ricky Dooley to the Onslaught. RT3 hits the spear on the Sultan.
No.
1, 2, 3.
No! The champion just lost him. Oh my God! I cannot believe it. This is the worst Christmas ever. This is the worst Christmas ever.
I can't believe it. They won the belts after all that.
Corky, this is the worst Christmas ever.
Well, there you have it, folks. That's what happened during the East Tennessee Championship match. As you saw there, RT3 was locked out of the cage by Prince Malik. Bobby Branham had to come get a bolt cutter and cut that chain so RT3 could get in, but still RT3, Ricky Dooley, able to overcome and win the East Tennessee Tag Team Championship.
It was a load of crap, Corky. There was an awesome strategy laid down by the Devastation Incorporation, ruined by Bobby Branham. He had no place to step out there and do that.
Well,
insane.
It was a short-lived celebration for the new champs, as now we want to show you what happened immediately after RT3 and Ricky Dooley won those titles.
Malik is furious. This is the worst and they just took him out with the belts. Both of the new champs laid out by those belts. There's the bell. Let's stop the madness here. And so the Devastation Incorporation is pissed off. And I don't blame them. RT3 from the Sultan. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Get revenge and get it now. Those are the real champions, Corky, and everybody knows it. Well, RT3 and Ricky Dooley may have won the belts, but they are laid out right now. Hey, we got to get somebody out here. We need a medic out here to check on these guys. They were robbed, Corky. They had it in the bag. And then Branham stuck his stupid nose into business that had nothing to do with him. You know what? Wait a minute. Here we go, baby. The extraordinary revenge. Ryan Jeffries back here again. And he's got Sir Derek Williams. He's got that briefcase. Can he even catch it in? Ring that bell. Ring that bell. Here it goes, baby. He's cashing in the Here it goes. Ring the bell. Here it is. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Yeah. What? Your new East Tennessee Tag Team Champions, cashing in the golden ticket briefcase. Did they win it? The Extraordinary Gentlemen's Club. Yeah. Sir Brian Jeffries. And Sir Derek Williams. Yeah! I can't believe this. They did it. Yeah. And now his name is the worst dancing I've seen in my life. From Judas the Mad Hatter, the manager of champions, Judas. And the Extraordinary Gentlemen's Club. Yeah, baby! The Extraordinary Gentlemen reborn again here tonight. Yeah!
So there you have it, folks. Now, the EGC, once again, the East Tennessee Tag Team Champions.
Awesome. True champions. You know, I had my heart racing when I thought RT3, we got another idiot Dooley out here holding on to the belt, but in the end, the tag team champions are true tag team champions, the OGs of the EGC.
Well, they've got them for now. January 6th at Winter Warfare here at the School of Morton, the EGC going to be taking on their old rivals, JC Adams and RT3, getting back together and taking on the EGC for those East Tennessee titles. January 6th at Winter Warfare. But now we'd like to take you back once again to Christmas Star Wars 2 and show you the conclusion of the East Tennessee Heavyweight Championship match between Dan Matthews and Hank Miller.
Don't know if I can watch it again.
Hello, I'm Ricky Morton, and I'm here with Alan, the owner of Pop's Barbecue and Sauces. And let me tell you something, in my whole lifetime, nobody has ever called me late for supper, especially when it comes to Pop's Barbecue. I'm talking about making your tongue slap your brains out. Man, come and check it out. Some of the greatest stuff. My wife and I, we use it on a lot of different things. Try it, you'll love it.
Now he whips Dan Matthews into the corner, and oh! Hank Miller hits the spine buster. That is Dangerous Dan's
what is he doing?
Signature finishing move.
He doesn't do that move.
Just like
just like Dangerous Dan likes to do it. But Hank Miller got him. Hooked
Oh!
the leg, 2 count only.
That was one of the most disrespectful things that I have ever seen at a School of Morton event. Is he really going to take a technique that Dangerous Dan Matthews has mastered and try to use that to take him out and steal his title?
You can't own a patent on a move in a wrestling match.
Have you seen the way he does it, Corky? That's
Well,
patent
now,
enough
how
to me.
about this?
There we go, Dan.
All right, Dan
Good
Matthews.
night.
Now,
Lights out.
Now takes a page out of Hank Miller's book.
Lights out, baby. That's it.
The Hank Miller Judgment Day double underhook DDT.
This is your chance, Dan.
And
Pin him.
Dan Matthews.
There it is.
You're able to drape that arm across
Oh,
Hank Miller, but Hank Miller able to get that left shoulder up, and this thing is
cannot
still
believe
going.
it. I cannot believe this, Corky.
Let's see, both men down. Who's it gonna be? There must be a winner inside the cage. Who's gonna be the East Tennessee champion? Will Dangerous Dan Matthews retain? Can Hank Miller do it 2 years in a row and win the East Tennessee championship on Christmas
There
night?
goes Corky.
And
High risk. It's going
that
to
was
turn
a
back
low
on him.
blow. I think
Oh,
he caught
come
him.
on, Corky.
I think Dangerous Dan caught him
Come
right
on.
below the belt. Clubbing away on the back as Hank Machine is perched on that top turnbuckle. What's it gonna be? Hank Machine Miller finds himself
Oh, my God. What is this?
trying to
What?
make
Oh!
the tornado version of the Judgment Day DDT.
Are you
That's
kidding
it.
me?
3
That
count.
was a fast count.
He did
That
it!
was a
Hank
fast
Machine
count.
Miller did it 2 years in a row. He's the new East Tennessee champion.
That
What a
referee-
Christmas for Hank Miller.
That referee screwed him out of his belt. That was a fast count. I cannot believe this. The same referee that Dangerous Dan pushed down has now screwed him out of his East Tennessee title. This is a disgrace. I can't believe this.
And he's done it. Yes. I knew it would happen tonight. We would prove a winner in this rivalry. But hey, I want to take nothing away from Dangerous Dan Matthews.
Somebody needs to go check on Dangerous
He
Dan.
put up quite a fight tonight, and he's been putting up quite a fight these past 5 or 6
Somebody
months
go check
in
on
these
him.
matches against Hank Machine Miller. This was something. So there you have it, folks. Hank Miller with a late Christmas present, winning back the East Tennessee Heavyweight Championship from Dangerous Dan Matthews.
Dangerous Dan was robbed. It only ends here because Hank finally gets what Hank wants. And I guess we can all just go ahead and say that the reign for Dangerous Dan Matthews was the greatest reign of the East Tennessee Championship that there ever was.
I don't know if I can say that, well, but you know, here it finally came to a conclusion. It was certainly the hottest rivalry here at School of Morton of 2018. No question about that. And now another rivalry going on for the SOM Heavyweight Championship. We're going to show you the SOM Heavyweight Championship match between BTSG and Bronson Garrett in its entirety. This is from Christmas Star Wars 2, the Bunkhouse Stampede. Dangerous Dan, we just saw the match. You lost your East Tennessee Championship to Hank Miller at Christmas Star Wars 2, the Bunkhouse Stampede. But after eliminating the BTSG, now you've got an opportunity to win the SOM Heavyweight Championship January 6th, Winter Warfare.
Well, you know, I lost the East Tennessee Heavyweight Championship, didn't I? Hank Miller finally pulled the coup of the century off, didn't he? He finally got that title belt off of me after all those little rematch clauses and all of his little stipulations. He finally managed to wedge it away from me. But you know something? I got my hands on him in that Bunkhouse Stampede, didn't I? I got him launched into that ring in that little bunny suit of his, and I drilled him right through the center of the mat and pinned his shoulders 1, 2, 3. Just like I did when I got a hold of BTSG. You know something, Marcus? You've been kind of just skating along, hadn't you? You hadn't really had any too many challengers, too many real challengers to that title, have you? You know, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe the East Tennessee title, maybe it just wasn't enough for me. Maybe what I really want, maybe what I really got to have is that School of Morton heavyweight championship around my waist. Shine it up real nice, because BTSG, just January the 6th, it's coming home with me.
Well, you heard him, folks. Dangerous Dan working his way up now to that SOM heavyweight championship. That's going down a Winter of Warfare right here at the School of Morton, January 6th at 5 o'clock.
This is the fun part of the job. Tony Lewis here at Obin Franklin Motors. Let me introduce you to Pay. Pay just bought himself a Nissan Maxima right here at 911 Louisville Road. Pay, here's your smartwatch. How were you treated today, sir?
I was treated great.
That's fantastic to hear that. Would you recommend us?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You heard it. He'd recommend 911 Louisville Road, 865-980-8216. Obin Franklin Motors. Come get your car. What you waiting for?
Big money pays, baby. Big money pays.
Yeah.
Big money pays.
I'm Hoot. And I'm Punky. And you're watching SOM Live.
All right, folks, now I want to tell you a little bit more about what's going on January 6th right here at the School of Morton.
Talking about a bunch of bullcrap, Corky, once again.
Chad Bartlett.
You need to be talking about the headlines, what everybody out here in TV land, YouTube land, Facebook, what they all want to hear. You don't know the talk? They're still talking about what happened to me, how I was robbed, Corky. Robbed in front of the whole crowd at the Bunkhouse Stampede.
Oh, when RT3 pinned you and eliminated you.
I didn't see. That's maybe there was bodies in the way. You couldn't see everything that was going on. I had RT3's number, and he knows it. I had my arm reared back, ready to take him out. BTSG and a whole bunch, probably 15 people holding me back and threw me right into harm's way right there. And then not only that, I turned it around and I pinned him. And then what happens? Bobby Branham don't want to give me the trophy after the match is already over with. It's just some kind of conspiracy. Bronson's had it from the moment that he said it. It's a conspiracy here at the School of Morton. What is wrong with you people?
You pinned who?
I won the match. Didn't you see me roll out there waiting for Bobby Branham to hand a boot to me and a $500 check from Pop's Barbecue and Sauces?
No, Chad. You were doing commentary with me after you were eliminated. You seemed like you didn't hardly know where you were or what was going on.
See, I have figured it all out, and you're a part of it too, Corky. So next time we have a seat right there at that commentary booth, you understand that it's going to be one crossword, and it's going to be me and you in that ring. You understand that, Corky? Now, this is for RT3. I done heard about you head blown up bigger than the Goodyear blimp. As soon as the show was over, he'd run out with these women. Well, I hope that 5 seconds in the back of that Mustang with Sally Sauerkrotz was worth it, because I'm still coming for you, you Norton piece of trash. I'm coming for BTSG, Dangerous Dan, whoever else wants him. I'm still coming for you, too. Romeo, I'm going to have a hand full of flowers to shove right up your rear end. You understand me? And that goes for the rest of the roster. Y'all need to get it figured out, because I done got you figured out.
Well, January 6th, Chad Bartlett, he'll be there at Winter Warfare, going down right here at the School of Morton, 2085 Chuckey Highway. That starts at 5 o'clock. Oh, he's ready to kick a face in.
That's another idiot I'm going after as soon as the Bunkhouse Stampede starts. You just watch, Corky.
We're going to go right after the champ, BTSG.
He won't be the champ by the time I get a hold of him. Somebody else better than him is going to be holding that title. That's my prediction.
So you're going to go right after Bronson Garrett then?
Yes. Not only is he beating him in the charts, have you heard his new album, but he's also going to take his title.
All right, there's the bell. Fast action here for the SOM Heavyweight Championship. The champ whips Bronson Garrett into the corner. Champ follows up. Bronson out of the way. And he's already, what's he trying to do?
I don't know. He's got some kind of plan.
Oh, no. I did not think it. It is a full moon here on Christmas night in Johnson City.
Oh, no.
Lines, legs. From the BTSG doesn't even want to.
No.
All right, yeah, let's spare us now. Covering him up.
What is this?
Over BTSG, hooks the leg.
No.
2 count only.
Hey, the fans in attendance got more than their money's worth.
All right, now.
Okay, it was a full moon on Christmas.
Knife edge chop. Knife edge chop in the corner to Bronson Garrett. BTSG with another one of those chops, and now, yeah, he's pushing the face into that wire of that cage. Yeah.
I absolutely cannot believe that, Corky. How disrespectful.
Whoa, double knees, right into the corner, and the Uranagi slam from the BTSG. He's got these fans fired up, and
thank God.
This same man,
he came out, he's supposed to be the champion. On the live show, he comes out and he beats Bronson from behind and gets disqualified from the match. Now he comes out here and bears Bronson's you-know-what in front of the world. I can't believe he's still allowed to be in that ring.
Well, he is allowed in the ring. It's a cage match, like we said. Anything goes. Snapmare takes over Bronson Garrett, and now you gotta watch out for those feet from the BTSG. He is trained in Taekwondo, Hapkido. He is an accomplished martial artist.
And a drawer jerker, evidently, Corky.
And let's see, he's got him up. Bronson Garrett rolls up, inside cradle, 2 count only.
What do you think about that wrestling technique, Corky?
Oh, no. Come on. Haven't we seen enough of this?
He's just trying to rearrange his gear that BTSG jacked up just moments ago. Don't blame it on Bronson.
We apologize for that, Bronson
Do
Garrett.
not blame it on Bronson.
Bronson Garrett just hit BTSG with an elbow into the back of the neck and covered him for a 1 count. BTSG now on the receiving end of that chin lock.
Merry Christmas, BTSG. Nighty night.
Well, we could see, if it goes the way the other title matches have, we could see this belt change hit every single title thus far that's been defended. And a pull of the hair. Bronson Garrett pulling on the braided hair of BTSG. Club to the back.
I mean, this is a
Bronson Garrett.
This is a brutal beating. A little bit of payback for what happened.
Now he's got him
in their last title
on
match.
That bottom rope, and he's just stepping right on the throat into the ropes, choking him, cutting off the oxygen of the champion BTSG.
There we go. Look at the strength.
He had another handful of hair that time.
Look at the strength,
Corky.
Corky.
Over BTSG.
You keep focusing on the hair, but how much strength did it take to toss the champion like that?
The extraordinary gentlemen on the outside think this is all very hilarious. Seeing bowtie stand-up guy get his hair pulled like that.
And I agree with him.
Takes over the BTSG. Now Bronson Garrett off the ropes. What's he gonna do?
Yeah!
Oh, and they thought, yeah, the EGC thought that was funny too. That looked like something Brian Jeffries would do.
That was awesome.
Little misdirection there.
This is making my Christmas right here, Corky. I couldn't be happier.
Bronson Garrett trying to put the champ to sleep now.
I'm almost forgetting about Dangerous Dan Matthews getting screwed over. This is great.
I gotta say, this is a rematch from last year's Christmas Star Wars. These two faced each other inside the cage. And it was, at that time, it was for the X Division Championship. And it was Bronson Garrett who came out the winner after his second on the outside slipped a weapon through that cage. Now he's got 3 on the outside that could try to do the same to help him out. Hopefully that does not happen. I believe they've tightened up the gap there, and now BTSG is back in control after that flying leg lariat.
Come on, Bronson. We need a real champion at SOM. Do something.
Whoa! BTSG going for that rocker dropper type maneuver. You're fired, and that's it. That's the hit the lights. That's the Hillbilly Heartthrobs. That's how he said he was going to finish this thing with the swinging neck breaker.
You can
hit the
feel.
Lights and BTSG is staring up at those lights right now, but he managed to kick out after 2. And this thing is still going on. I've heard higher pitched noises come out of my little niece than what he just made.
He is frustrated. Would you not be frustrated at not winning the SOM title with all that he's done in this match?
All right, he's going for another swinging neckbreaker drop. BTSG, it's his move. You're fired. Hillbilly Heartthrobs.
Kick out.
Look at the leg,
no!
And BTSG wins. BTSG retains his SOM Heavyweight Championship. That's it.
This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous.
Ladies and gentlemen, the SOM Heavyweight Champion, BTSG. Mook, how you doing, BTSG? Now, I want to talk about Christmas Star Wars. You made it out with your SOM Heavyweight Championship, but you did not win the Big Boot Trophy in the Bunkhouse Stampede, and now you're going to have to face the man who eliminated you from that match, Dangerous Dan Matthews.
You know, Corky, you're very right when you say, I told Bronson Garrett that he was not going to be able to handle me in a cage. Now we're talking about the Stampede. There was a bunch going on in that Stampede. It was a riot in there, a madhouse. I was hit left and right. I was hitting everybody that I could see. Me and the Sultan actually had an opportunity to trade some blows. But I'm not focused on the Sultan right now. Right now, I want to ask Dan, what is your problem? You know, you got Draco to set me up for the spine buster. It looks like you had your eye on me from the beginning of the Stampede. Now I hear that you're coming after my title belt. The thing about it is, Dan, is that you couldn't handle Hank. And at the end of the day, you won't be able to handle me. Facts.
Well, you heard him, folks. Let's see if Dangerous Dan will be able to handle the SOM Heavyweight Champion. That's January 6th, and that's happening next week right here at the School of Morton, 5 o'clock. Well, there you have it, folks. BTSG able to retain his SOM Heavyweight Championship.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable, Corky. Here he was, declothing the competitor, trying to take the title away from him. Bronson Garrett came in there to wrestle. BTSG came out at the Christmas show that we did live on YouTube and Facebook, jumped him from behind. Now he's ripping his clothes off. That's the champion y'all deserve, Corky. That's the champion you deserve.
Well, Bronson Garrett's no stranger to showing his, well, you know what. And then from there, at Christmas Star Wars 2, it would go on to be the Bunkhouse Stampede. Ricky Morton, the winner.
And you know, here's another situation. I was robbed. I won the Bunkhouse Stampede. Everybody saw it. At the end, the crowd was going wild because they were like, the loaded gun won. What is this? Ricky Morton. What did you do to win that match? I want to know. I was there. I didn't see him win it.
Well, you were there. Yeah, you didn't know where you were. You were there, though.
Conspiracy, Corky.
Rock and roll. He believes he and Luscious.
He's done. Oh, my God.
Wait a minute. RT3 ducked and Maverick
Holy cow.
took out Luscious Lawrence, and now RT3 hits the spear and a 3 count. Maverick has got to get out of there. This is it now. Oh, Luscious Lawrence with the power slam on RT3 and a 3 count. And then there were 2. Luscious Lawrence and the Hall of Famer, 8-time World Tag Team Champion.
Get him, Luscious.
Ricky Morton. And no love lost for these two as they were involved in our tag team main event at Once Upon a Christmas. And Ricky Morton said he hadn't forgot what happened. Keep that in mind, Luscious, because Luscious Lawrence had his feet on the rope. He used additional leverage. He cheated to get the win over Ricky Morton and RT3. And now it's down between those two.
The match at hand looks like this, Corky. Luscious Lawrence is going to be winning that boot. He's going to be winning that money. The star atop everybody's Christmas tree.
Well, now, let's hold on here. Now, Ricky Morton's back on his feet. Small packet, inside cradle, a pin, and a 3 count. That's it. Here is the winner. Rock and roll express, Ricky Morton.
All right, folks, that's all for tonight on SOM Live.
You got to stop right here. Did you just watched it played back? There's blood all in Ricky Morton's eyes. He couldn't see what's going on. Yeah. How did he win? How was I right there with Bobby Branham telling him to hand me my trophy and my check?
But we just saw it. He rolled up Luscious Lawrence in the inside cradle.
You're outside of your mind. Go ahead and finish it. I'm not taking part in this anymore till y'all get the facts straight. It's ridiculous.
Well, Ricky Morton, the winner of that Bunkhouse Stampede on Christmas night. Want to thank you folks for joining us at a look back. And we sure hope you'll join us January 6th for Winter Warfare. A lot of big matches going on there. Dangerous Dan Matthews going to challenge BTSG for the SOM Heavyweight Championship. Folks, go ahead and give us a like on Facebook where you can see a ton of old clips. Keep up with all our upcoming matches. And we're going to be live on YouTube and on Facebook. So go ahead and tell a friend. Double drop kick that subscribe button, and when you see you next here, right on SOM Live, and we'll see you January 6th at Winter Warfare.
Corky, you're a corny hack. I'm sick of doing this crap with you.
We'll see you next time, folks, January 6th.